wider thickening beams or trenching beams to support all the extra load. Once that was all ticked off by the engineers and everything, then we proceeded to dig the rest of the thickening beams throughout the slab and house. And then that's probably it for the footings, and stuff,
Yeah, no, that's okay. So, moving on to frame stage.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's supervising the framing contractors. Again, what you supervised, the process, how it was tied down, braced.
Yep, okay, so with the framing stage, it was actually quite a large 300mm PFC beam running across the existing house to then create the load to be thick enough. So we had to hire trolley lifts and everything to get this beam up and throw through the external of the house to create a new wide opening to extend their existing living area to this new extension. And then the boys from JCM, we all built all stick frame framing, and then again we went through all the plans to make sure all the opening sizes and lintels were correct, and then proceeded to build frame by frame to enclose the house.
Yep. And rough-in services, so would that have been electrical and plumbing?
Yeah, so electrical and plumbing. So plumbing come through and they dug all the new sewers and drainage while the excavator was there. So we joined in with them to help them out to make sure all the points come through at the right stage. And then electrical did their roughing before the slab was poured as well.
Yeah. So, but once the frame is up, would the...
Yep. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Would the electrician and plumbing have come through like on the last one?
Yep.
Yep.
They come through, and again we had a master bedroom with a shower. We installed a new little kitchenette through there, so all water, gas, plumbing, and electrical all to suit that.
Okay, so gas is roughed in as well. Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Moving on to enclosed stage. So for the extension, I'm assuming this involved truss and roofing.
Yep. So again, it's all prefab trusses. So once the truss arrived to site, we installed all the trusses to their code, which again was all to Australian standards, and then we tied down to their recommendations. In half the house, it was prefab truss, and the other half of the house was exposed roof joists. So we had to use, I think it was 250 by 65 Queeler joists, and we had to be extra careful with them as they were going to be exposed and stained.
Okay, so was there any particular checks that you had to perform when they were being installed?
It was more just to do with positioning wise. So they were 900 centres, and just because they were going to be a feature of the house, we had to make sure they were spaced and all evenly.
Yeah.
Put in. Yeah.
And the roofing contractors.
So because it was a skillion roof and it was butting into the existing, we had to install or employ special roof contractors to get a special box gutter made up. And we had a bit of problems with that because, as everyone knows, box gutters leak. So we had to install extra supports underneath the box gutter to take the weight, as they were quite wide. And once, the box gutters were installed, they did leak, so we had to come up with another resolution to stop that. They installed a bit more silicone and another kind of style of box gutter, and that stopped the leaks. And they also installed all the roof battens, or blanket insulation on the roof, and the roofing, corrugated orb roofing as well, plus the guttering.
Yep. And windows and cladding installation.
Yep, so I organised all this again. So it was all Axon FC sheet cladding.
Yep.
So, yeah, we had 3 guys working on that. After we used builder's insulation on the outside to stop all the moisture, we put all the windows in pursuit, and then, we proceeded to clad the house in all this FC James Hardy sheeting.
Cool. Fit out stage. So supervising the finishing trades. So this it was the main bedroom, kitchenette, and a bathroom.
Yep.
So similar to last, like what was the internal plasterboard?
Yeah, so all the internals was it's like a traditional modern house. It was all plasterboard walls and ceiling, 90mm cove cornice. So we sheeted everything, and then we employed plasters to come through to set, sand, install cornice. And then, we proceeded to install all the, say, doors and mouldings and trims.
Yep. And then the plumbing, like waterproofing, tiling, pretty much the same as the others?
Yeah, exactly the same.
Yeah. And what about painting on this one? Did you do that or supervise that, or was the owner again taking ownership of the painting internally and externally?
Yeah, so no, we actually employed the painter for this one, and they painted all the walls, mouldings, ceiling, and the external cladding.
Yep. And so with the kitchenette, I'm assuming cabinetry?
It was actually just a kit kind of thing. So
that you guys built?
Yep, with the top, and it was a flexiglass splashback, so we cut it out for all the GPOs to suit and installed that.
And you said gas, so then obviously, who installs gas? Is that the plumber? Yeah, plumber.
Yeah.
Cool. I've never asked that question before.
I can trade, yeah.
Cool. Okay. I think that's it for Whitehead Street. So we'll move on to 46 Abbott Street, which is a double-storey renovation. So with so this is not building under, so it was already double-storey, and it was just to give a brief description, what did the renovation entail? Was it like a remodel inside?
Just absolute remodel. So the clients just purchased the house, and they just didn't like the entire inside or outside. So, we just proceeded to go through and we moved the kitchen, removed just like all the floor linings, all the bathrooms, and just remodeled the house to suit the client's needs.
Okay, so do you want to talk about then, because obviously there's a fair bit of demolishing involved in this one.
Yep.
So that'd be a point of difference to write up for this one. Was there any asbestos in this, Clinton?
No.
No, cool. So do you want to talk about the demolishing and were any load-bearing walls removed and that you had to prop, if you explain all that process, and then that gives a good point of difference for this one to add?
Yeah. So with this one, they wanted to move the main bedroom from the front of the house to the rear. So we actually knocked down a wall between 2 bedrooms, and that was load bearing. So we had to get an engineering report to make sure we had the right beam to support the truss load. Once that was completed, we built in accordance. So timber beam to go through at the top of the head, and then we built a new wall to create a bathroom area. So it was now a quite large main bedroom plus ensuite for the clients.
Cool. So they're in this one, then obviously with it being a renovation, there's no base stage, is there?
No.
So that's not applicable. So I'll just put in the base stage, I'll talk about the demolishing. So we'll move on to frame stage, which is, I guess, all your internal framework.
Yeah, so there wasn't too much framework. Like I said, it was only that one wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the rest was all honestly just kind of a touch-up, I guess.
Yeah. So would there have been anything with rough-in? Would that have had to have changed? Would you
Yes.
electrical and plumbing?
Yes, there was quite a fair bit because we